Hello guys, welcome back to our 8th Laravel Code Hub tutorial. In this tutorial, we're gonna go ahead and do the post or ask a question, which you can basically go ahead and post something. I have here up and running the site and also have Sublime open. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in. And this is from our previous tutorial. So I created this user as jsmith. I'm gonna go ahead and do a password here, and I'm gonna log in. So once I log in, what we need to do is this. When I click on this question, we should give them a form where they can put like a title, and they can maybe put like a, select a category, like do they need help with PHP, C++, blah blah blah, and a body, like a text here where they can type the question itself. So let's go ahead and design that form. So first of all, we need to create a route to make that happen. And before we create the route, we need a controller, because we don't have a controller that will handle that. So let's go ahead under HTTP here, controllers, and I'm going to open here the command line. Go ahead and go and navigate to your XAMPP, htdocs, and the project folder. And I'm going to run the PHP artisan command. And I'm going to make controller, and I'm going to call it forum controller. Forum controller. And since I've created successfully, I see a forum controller here. I will go ahead and get rid of these functions and these empty functions here, and I'm gonna call this maybe get post. There's not doing that because this is gonna be a get request where we'll display the post. Now we'll return the view here, and the view will be under pages, and I'm going to call this question because they will ask a question. And now let's go ahead and create our route. So I'm going to copy this route group here so I don't have to type it, but copy it and paste it down here, and let's go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna prefix this as question. So this will be prefixed like, maybe say we go to codehub.com/question, and then question, and then it will be like post, so we can post a question. And this will all go to the same controller, so we will group them together. So first we will handle the get request. So the get will be, I'm gonna call this post, and we're gonna have a get request here, and let's do that as we did before. Go down here as get post, and we use the controller that we just created. So the controller that we created was the forum controller, and it was the get post function. So now that we have the route and the controller, we want to display that view. So let's go ahead and create a view. Under here, I'm minimize this, and well, first of all, let's go ahead and add the link to the navbar here to the question. That way we can view the page itself. So under the resources, views here, and go to layouts and partials. Under the navbar, I'm going to copy this link to route here, and I'm going to replace the question here so I can put the new route that we defined, and that was called get post. So get post, and here text that we want to display, and let's refresh this one more time. Okay, so we have an error in our routes file. You see here line 53. We must have missed something there. So let me go ahead and go back there, app http and then routes, and see what we missed. So we missed a semicolon here, and I'm gonna close this again and refresh it and minimize this. And link to route here, I missed the bracket, forgot to copy that, and now it should be fine. Okay, so now we need the view itself. So under pages, I'm gonna create a new file, and I'm gonna call it question.play.php. You guys can call this any name you want, and if you want to, you instead of putting it under pages, you can create a separate folder under pages, and you can call it, like, let's say forum, and in there you can put like a question page and so on. So you can group this differently if you guys like to. I'm just putting them in the same folder since it's a simple sample example. So I'm gonna go ahead and go under auth here and open the login. I'm gonna copy this and paste it in here because it will mostly be, we want to extend these things. So instead of typing it again, we can just go ahead and copy that example. And okay, so we have all this stuff already. Now in the form here, I'm going to remove this route because this will be in our next tutorial, because we don't have a defined route when people click on the question and submitted it. Then what we want to do is basically let me just type the ID here, post question form. So what we want is when they click on that, we want to store their question in the database, and then users can see it and also reply to it. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to call this title. They can give a short description of what their question will be about, and I'm going to call this title, and I should make this lowercase here. So let me just change this to lowercase. And this will not be an email type, this will be a text area. So I will form text. I will change it to text, and I will make this as a title, and here is gonna placeholder. What is your, or I'll just put title as a placeholder so people just know what it is. And in the password here, we will need a text area. So let me go ahead and replace here as, I'm gonna put this as body. This will be the body of the post, so I'm gonna call it body, and let me display the body and change this one to a, instead of the password type, to a text area type. And I'm gonna call this body because that will be the name, and we don't want it to have any default value, so we want to give it a null because that will pass no value to it. And placeholder, tell us about your question. Okay, so that will be the placeholder I put there. You guys can put any placeholder you like. Next thing here, I'm going to copy this one more time and paste it here, because I'll put like a drop down here where people can select a category. But we will take care of the category dynamically populating in the next tutorial. We will create the category migration, and we can put the categories in the database. And once we do that, we can do a query in order to grab the categories and, you know, populate the drop down here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, and I'm going to have a select here. Select, and I'm going to put some options for now. This will be the placeholders just to make it look the way we want it, and then we will dynamically populate it in the next tutorial. So first option, I'm going to put PHP, and let me put another option, just 2 options for now, just so we can see what it looks like. I keep doing this opt group, and I want to type option, but it keeps auto completing. And let me say CSS. Save that. Let me change the button text here to post. Nah, there's no placeholder. Okay, so this is fine now. So let me save this and refresh our page, and let's go ahead and click on this question link, and we should see the page. So as you can see here, we do see the page, but there's a problem here with this drop down. Let's make it look like the rest, to make it look nicer. We forgot to add the bootstrap class here, so let's go ahead back in our select here and add a class, the form control class, and refresh it, and we should see a nice drop down here. So we can see here the page being loaded, and we can see we can put a title, select the category, and ask a question, and click post. And when we click post, it will be inserted in the database, and other users can see it and reply to it. So in this tutorial, we just wanted to create the view itself, and we have done that. In the next tutorial, we will go ahead and actually handle when people type stuff. We can validate the form, do some validation. We'll do some minimal validation, but you guys can add extra one if you guys like to by yourself. And so we're going to do the validation, then actually store this in the database. Okay, so that'll be for the next tutorial. So this tutorial, we created this post question view, and next tutorial we're going to actually handle the logic to store that in the database. Thank you for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe and also stick around for the 9th tutorial, which will come up very soon. Thanks again.